talk about breed-specific legislation, to talk about pit bulls, to talk about dogs, besides pit bulls that are actually in the list of breed-specific legislation. We work with predominantly pit bulls. We work with about 80% pit bulls in our business. Sometimes it hinders us and sometimes it doesn't. It just depends on how the dice is rolling. But we are basically all pit bull people. So I hope you enjoyed the speech. It's a really, really important topic. It's a topic that doesn't really touch a lot of people outside of certain areas all the time. It depends on where you live, but it's creeping up everywhere. And before you know it, there's going to be no dogs around. Breed-specific legislation, BSL, is the term for laws that either regulate or ban certain breeds completely in hopes of reducing dog attacks. Some cities have enacted breed-specific laws, such as the city of Pawtucket in Rhode Island, where I live. However, the problem of dangerous dogs will not be remedied by the quick fix of breed-specific laws. It has been evident that breed-specific legislation is pointless and non-practical. BSL is a proven failure, has time and time again victimized innocent dogs and their owners instead of targeting the real problem, such as animal abuse, neglect, and of course the irresponsible dog owner. There is no way to visually identify a pit bull. The term pit bull does not refer to a specific breed of dog. It's a generic term applied to American Pit Bull Terriers, American Staffordshire Terriers, and hundreds of mixes containing elements of these breeds. DNA analysis shows that most pit bulls are predominantly made up of other breeds, from lab to poodle. The term pit bull designates an appearance, not a breed. Even in the streets, fighting pit bulls that bite humans are considered worthless and are destroyed. Any dog will bite, hang on, and shake its head. Any breed of dog is dangerous if starved and neglected. How can society put the blame on one breed of dog? What about other dogs that attack? Just because they're not pit bulls, should there be no punishment? I don't think so. Society needs to hold the owners responsible. The owners that didn't take the time to train, socialize, and care for their dogs, which leads to unwanted acts. Blaming the entire breed for a few misguided dogs is no different than someone proposing to ban a race of humans based on stats that say they commit more crimes and take up a larger proportion of correctional facilities. It's crazy. Communities need to actually do research and learn a few things before banning pit bulls. Actually ridding a breed that ranks higher than 90% of all breeds in the United States temperament test. BSL only punishes the good citizens. It is not the answer to solving any dog or irresponsible dog owner. Breed-specific laws carry with it many unintended consequences. Dogs go into hiding. Rather than giving up their beloved pets, owners of banned breeds often attempt to avoid detection of their outlaws. They restrict outdoor activity and socialization. Dogs are not licensed, nor do they receive proper veterinarian care, including very important spay and neuter surgery and essential vaccines. Good owners and dogs are punished. BSL also carries problems for responsible owners of friendly and well-socialized dogs who happen to fall within the regulated breed. Although these dog owners have done nothing to endanger the public, they are required to comply with local breed bans and regulations. They give a false sense of security. Breed-specific laws have a tendency to compromise rather than to enhance public safety. When limited animal control resources are used to ban a certain breed of dog without regard to behavior, the focus is shifted away from routine, effective enforcement of laws that have the best chance of making our community safer. Dog license laws, leash laws, animal fighting laws, anti-tethering laws, and laws that require owners to control their dogs regardless of the breed. BSL laws actually encourage irresponsible owners to breed their dogs. We all know about no breeding pit bulls, right? The communities around here or everywhere doesn't need any more pit bulls to add to the stats. Currently, across the United States, 85% of pit bull or pit bull type dogs that enter shelter system will make it out on the other end of the door in a plastic bag. That's 85%. That means how much get adopted? What's the percentage of the adoption rate on pit bulls? Not too high. Don't breed your dogs if you love this breed. Leave that to the experts. If you outlaw a breed, then outlaws are attracted to the breed. Unfortunately, people take advantage of their outlaw status of their breed of choice to bolster their own self-image as living outside of the rules of the mainstream society. Old people like us usually don't own them. Ironically, the rise of pit bull ownership among gang members and others in the late 1980s coincided with the first round of breed-specific legislation. Interesting, isn't that? Recognizing that the problem of dangerous dogs requires serious attention, we as a community need to seek effective enforcement of breed-neutral laws that hold dog owners accountable for the actions of their dogs. All dogs, not just pit bull type dogs. What can you do to help fight BSL? Stay informed. Make sure you know what's going on in your communities. Don't hold a blind eye. Contact your local town city politicians. Let them know that you oppose BSL. You demand stronger laws pertaining to animal abuse and neglect. Punish the deed, not the breed. Understand the law and always be a responsible owner yourself. Always keep your dog or your dogs on a leash. Make sure you follow the animal control laws in your city and show others that you provide a good example of what it means to be a responsible dog owner. Make your dog a breed ambassador. Pit bulls do wonderful with any task asked of them. They make great pet therapy dogs. They're usually very well with children. Pit bulls are very family-orientated dogs, blessed with a tremendous amount of loyalty. Anybody that owns them will tell you that. Join a training program that centers around the AKC, Canine Good Citizen program. Come to Rhode Island. Stay active. If there are any events or fundraisers in your community that help in the fight against BSL, try to show up and donate your time. Educate. Big word. Educate others. Let others know about the reality of BSL. How it will not help keep communities safe from dangerous dogs. Let people know that it's important that animal cruelty laws be strengthened in order to prevent irresponsible and abusive people from owning dogs in the first place. Any dog in the wrong hands can become a dangerous animal. Boycott businesses that discriminate specific breeds. Certain airlines and hotels will not provide you with this service if you have a specific breed of dog. Tell them how you feel about this discrimination and let them know that you will definitely be staying away from them. Support local pit bull rescue organizations and shelters. Volunteer for them if you have the time. Donate items such as pet beds, towels, crates, food, or money. Show your dog off to the public. Come to pet expos. Come to the amazing pet expo with your dog. If you have a well-trained, well-behaved pit bull, why not show everyone what kind of breed this really is? Do not support anti-pit bull humane organizations. Always make sure you know who and what you are supporting. That's huge. Do not breed your dog. There are far too many abandoned and homeless pit bulls in shelters and local rescues waiting for a good home. Do not add to the problem. Leave the breeding to the experts. Never, ever, ever support backyard breeders. Adopt instead of shop. The needless, senseless killing of homeless pets at animal shelters comes at an enormous economic and moral cost. Public and private agencies spend $2.5 billion each year caring for and or killing homeless dogs. bulls taken into the shelter system. More than 85% of the pit bulls in United States shelters will die before their second birthday. And that is the God's honest truth, folks. Please, if we can get any message you today, do not breed your pit bulls. Please. Callie. Here's Callie. Callie originally, why she's here standing with my husband Harry, also a trainer. Callie was rescued from Bladen County, North Carolina, 4 years ago. She was in a high-kill gassing shelter. Someone was coming from North Carolina to Rhode Island. Callie had just delivered a litter of puppies. Her puppies got adopted. She did not. She was slated to be gone in about 2 hours, and the van came through and felt bad for her and scooped her up. She was brought to Rhode Island. But the person that was supposed to adopt her never showed up. So therefore she ended up back in a shelter in Rhode Island, another high-kill shelter. So she comes 14 hours only to be killed again. Someone asked me if I could come in and temperament test her, so I did. She aced the temperament test. I felt horrible for her, so I took her home. She ended up weighing, at the time, she was 22 pounds. She had parasitic pneumonia, she had heartworm, she had roundworm, she had hookworm, and she had a bad pneumonia. It cost our rescue group $2,000 to save her. She was a throwaway dog that whoever owned her didn't care about and threw her away, and there she was in a gas and shelter ready to meet her maker with dignity. Here she is today, I'm going to cry. Here she is today, a certified pet therapy dog that actually does hospice. Callie goes in, and it's very ironic, because the one thing that was going to happen to Callie, she helps people get by. She does programs with me with schools. She's gone all over the place. And here's a dog that was nothing but a throwaway dog. So big hand for Callie. Made it from North Carolina to Rhode Island and made her way back today to show you guys what these dogs are really like. We hope you enjoyed the speech. We have a bull in the corner. Anybody wants to friend request me on Facebook? My name is Susan Parker. Thank you.